Hi, good morning. I am going to say something absolutely insane, just absolutely insane. But my husband and I saw Red One last night. It's that new Christmas action fantasy adventure movie starring The Rock and Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons and Lucy Liu and a whole bunch of other people. I don't say this lightly. I think this might be a perfect movie. Now, hear me out. I want to qualify some things. Do you remember how back in the 90s and you were watching the original X-Men animated series and they did the Christmas special where these superheroes suddenly have to solve some both mundane and mutant holiday problems? It's actually part of a long and storied tradition in comic books that they sometimes will do a Christmas special. Lots of other sci-fi and fantasy ongoing series do this. Doctor Who is also pretty famous for doing it. And of course, Marvel actually finally did one with their Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So if you happen to be a fan of when ongoing, long-running sci-fi and fantasy series that usually have like a lot of drama, but a lot of gravity, a lot of death, a lot of real serious stuff, doing the occasional Christmas special, this is gonna scratch itches you didn't even know you had. I have absolutely no idea what the budget for this thing was, but it was a lot. This is like if the MCU ever just decided to say, you know what, screw it, we've made a lot of money, let's just start doing whatever we want. And they got like the entire cast of the event to do an all-out like Christmas special that was going to get a theatrical release. I half expected to see Wanda Maximoff show up at some point. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't know if my husband and I liked this movie so much because we just needed a crumb of serotonin and joy, and this was just spectacle and opulence and fun and popcorn movie like to the nth degree, or if it was because it was actually really good. But I gotta tell you, I kept making parallels in my mind to when I first saw the Santa Claus when I was a kid. And there's actually a few different parallels to the Santa Claus. Rock's character is actually named Cal. And if you remember in the Santa Claus, Tim Allen's character is named Scott Calvin. Also, the Santa Claus was pretty revolutionary at the time, not just because it kind of took Christmas movies in a new direction. Like it said, hey, we can do fantasy, we can do action, we can do like an adventure movie, right? But it also showed divorce on screen, which was not only revolutionary at the time, but it was definitely revolutionary for like a Christmas movie where like you had to have a certain family dynamic and you had to hit certain beats in a Christmas movie for it to be considered a Christmas movie. And I think people forget like how kind of revolutionary it was to see all of that in the Santa Claus. Chris Evans's character kind of fits the same boat. He and his ex weren't ever married. He is not the primary caregiver for his child. And that is a prominent storyline in the film. I say that this was a perfect movie in that I have no idea what else this movie could have possibly given me. I have no idea what my expectations were going into this movie, but every last little one of them were met. And can I just tell you, if none of this has sold you on it, go see this in a theater because the entire theater erupted in cheers when Krampus did a superhero landing. Like if you've ever wanted to know what it might be like to be in a theater and see Krampus get a superhero landing while fighting Gryla, like I'm going to be honest, I'm a little scared because I feel kind of like I did after seeing Rise of the Guardians, where I thought, okay, great. Are revolutionizing what a Christmas movie can be. Like, this is going to start its own franchise because I wanted, like, this was based on a book. I wanted all of the other books to get adaptations and we never did. There's the similar possibility for a franchise here because Lucy Liu is the director of an organization that basically protects the mythological world. And we get nods to other holidays and the possibility of other movies set in this world. And I can't begin to tell you, I would watch 10 of these. I would watch one of these for Arbor Day. Like, it was just fun. If your vibe was that Dungeons and Dragons movie from last year, like, this movie is so for you. If your vibe is Rise of the Guardians, if your vibe is Dungeons and Dragons, if your vibe is the X-Men holiday special, if your vibe, like anything, Doctor Who Christmas special, if your vibe is anything like that, this movie is going to be like a 12 out of 10 for you. I'm not going to tell you to like turn your brain off because I think that's insulting, because I think that all genres have something to appreciate in them, but just like, Go in with the expectation that this is spectacle, this is opulence, this is a popcorn movie. You are going to have a very, very, very good time. Thank you. Goodbye.